9:30 Eastern. Tip-off shortly after 9 as Harris back in. Terry will sit down. Dampier, first-round pick of Indiana way back in '96. Played his college ball at Mississippi State. They went to the Final Four his last year there. And then 1 year with the Pacers, 7 years with Golden State. Didn't make the playoffs once in his first 8 years in the league. Got a taste of it last year in his first year with Dallas after signing a big free agent contract. And he has played well in his first NBA Finals. Under 2 minutes left. O'Neal, good deep position, but can't put it in.
Now that's good high percentage basketball. They get that. That puts the pressure on Shaq to make those. That is in his friendly area.
Stackhouse on the drive. Short. O'Neal trying. Dampier right there and puts it in.
Now that's discouraging. 3 white shirts were right there. No one made a move for that offensive board. And, you know, you're Pat Riley, you're frustrated right now, mainly because Dallas is out hustling you.
An 18-point turnaround here in this period. Bad pass from Payton.
Oh, boy, 4 on 2.
Nowitzki for 3. Won't go. Walker. And here comes Wade. Plenty of time. And Wade with the finish. You can see him again, though, limping up the floor.
Now, you know that you're coaching Dallas. You always say when a guy shoots a 3 and you're the last guy over half court, it's your job to stay back so that if we miss that shot, that they do not send the guy out. And that's what they do with Wade.
Harris again, Dampier, and Dampier puts it in. O'Neal had the double team, and Eric Dampier having another terrific game. He's got 14 points.
You got to give him a lot of credit now because he's creating the passing lane. He just does not stay in the same area. He moves so that the pass can be made.
And this crowd has gone silent with what has transpired here in the third quarter. O'Neal deep, and Harris just grabs his arm. They're in the penalty, so O'Neal will shoot.
Now keep an eye on Dampier right here. Now once this dribbler comes in, see Shaq steps up, Dampier steps right to the basket. Just give him the bounce pass, catch it, send it strong.
Dampier signing a big $60 million deal last year with Dallas. Of course, as we talked about early in the series, O'Neal criticized Dampier last year, called him Erica, said he could play in the WNBA. With some harsh words, he's been much more respectful for him or towards him here in this postseason. As we go to Stu Scott.
Mike, I've talked to Eric Dampier about 4 times during the finals. Every single time I talk to him, his voice is steady. He never smiles. Very even-keeled guy. So I asked him, why are you so even-keeled? Why no emotion? It was only then that he smiled and he said, I get emotional sometimes. So I said, when? He said, when I get a good dunk or a nice layup in transition. And then he actually laughed and he told me with a wink, I'll show you tonight. Mike?
He certainly has, Stu. Last year in the playoffs, as we mentioned, it was his first postseason. Dirk Nowitzki criticized him after a bad performance, said that he needed to do something, needed to be a factor. Some harsh words from a teammate. He has been a factor this year in the finals. There's about a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock after O'Neal misses a couple of free throws. Shot clock down to 5. Harris tied up. Stackhouse puts it up for 3. Won't go. Final seconds. Posey will have time. Posey for 3 at the buzzer. Off the mark. And that will end the third quarter. A strong one for the Dallas Mavericks. They outscore the Heat 34-16. This presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Series after trailing 3-zip. And let's go over to Lisa Salters.
Well, Mike, Pat Riley knows how important these next 12 minutes are. He just said to his team, look, we're talking about a season here. This is not just about tonight. This is our season. We've waited for 9 months to get here. We tried to get here for 9 months. We're here. Let's go. We've got 12 more minutes. We need 3 or 4 stops. Let's do it right now. Mike?
Well, a perfect way for them to begin the fourth. Wade, who doesn't take many threes, knocks it down. And just like that, it's back to 6. Does Wade have enough with that knee bothering him to help with the comeback? Certainly have it there. And Mourning with a blocking foul. Second on Mourning.
Now Miami needed this desperately. This is Wade's first attempt at a 3 in the game, and he puts it down.
Wade all season long only made 13 three-pointers. He's made 12 now in the postseason. He just doesn't take that many.
Well, the big stat that's knocking Miami out, two areas, 17 turnovers, and the fact that they missed 12 foul shots already.
Stackhouse, Dampier fell down. And an offensive foul. Mourning knew it. Moving screen.
See, that's just bad basketball, okay? That forces you into another turnover. That's your 18th for the game. Pat Riley, you can see the frustration. You just had an opportunity to get another score, and you end up with a moving screen.
6-point game. 1 minute gone by here in the fourth. Nowitzki inside. Dampier again draws the foul. Eric Dampier has just been terrific for the Mavericks.
You know, you're going to look at Dampier's stats. He has 14 points. And I just keep an eye on that. He got away with a push on Mourning. He pushed Mourning right underneath. But he has 7 rebounds. And he's just been solid.
And they call the foul on Wade. That's the 5th foul on Dwayne Wade. Dampier, according to Avery Johnson, was a starter earlier. But now coming off the bench, he's been more consistent off the bench. We asked Avery Johnson why. He said, I have no idea. It's just he's playing better off the bench. He's used them beautifully, the two, Sagana Diop and Eric Dampier, to really slow down Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, look at his production tonight. He's only played 19 minutes. He has 14 points, 7 rebounds. Doing a terrific job.
Meanwhile, Wade stays in the game, even with 5 fouls. Shows you, of course, how important this game is. But Pat Riley taking a chance with just a minute gone by here in the fourth.
Well, he's rolling the dice because this is the guy who is scoring for him. Shaq had 8 points in the first quarter. He only has had 4 since.
And Payton trying to force it in. Another turnover by the Heat.
All these turnovers, we're saying, you know, Miami, turnover. We got to give Dallas a lot of credit. They're playing the passing lanes well, and they out-hustle Miami to every loose ball on the floor.
Their defense really has been the story of the series. Shot clock down to 4. Stackhouse with a hand in his face. And Wade with his 11th rebound. Mourning. Alonzo Mourning spinning inside, hits off the side of the backboard. Dampier, good solid defense. Harris, pretty move, and the pass. Devin Harris setting up Nowitzki beautifully.
See, that's great basketball. That's just beautiful teamwork. The young man who is just blessed with great speed. Devin Harris blowing by his man in transition.
That's his 4th assist, and Nowitzki has 23 points. Wade trying to draw some contact, gets inside, blocked by Dampier. And Stackhouse saves it, but right to Payton. Walker launches a 3. And Dampier another rebound. 14 points, 9 rebounds for Dampier, and a block shot.
Good basketball. Avery Johnson called out, wanted a set play here. Set play is one-on-one for Dirk Nowitzki.
And Nowitzki looked like he got hit as well. Nowitzki now with 25 and the lead back up to 10. It's actually the largest of the game for Dallas. Crowd looking for something to get them going, as are the Heat. Walker gets inside, can't finish. Here comes Stackhouse. The Heat slow in getting back, but Stackhouse can't take advantage. Inside, Harris. Harris banks it in, and the lead is ballooned to 12. Timeout, Miami. And this crowd absolutely stunned, even hearing some boos. And with 3.5 gone by here in the fourth, Dallas has taken control.
Mike, they've just done a great job on the boards. They're getting the missed one-shot attempt at this end. They're going high-percentage basketball. Dirk is starting to make a move. If you're going to double-team Dirk, that was a beautiful putt to the basket by Devin. Mike, we said at the top of the show, they're 8-1 in this building, Miami, averaging 100 points a game. And we said the test would be, could they score 100? Well, right now we're sitting on 71 with 8 minutes to go.
O'Neal's so strong early as Jason Williams hits a big 3 right there. He's been quiet since that first quarter, UB.